Hello, this is Maggie, and this is video 2 on how to make a little mini Santa hat. Video 1 showed how I got this far. Video 2 is going to be a shorter video because it's mostly going to be focusing on how to seamlessly change your color from the white for the bottom of the Santa hat to the red to build up the Santa hat. Now, this marker I have here, if you watched video 1, to mark where I start of each round. I've only got 2 rounds on here. I take that marker, take my marker out. There's 19 stitches around, including the one that was in the marker. And I take my hook and I put it through that stitch. Again, when you put it through the stitches, it'll look like it has 1, 2, 3 loops. But these 2 that are real close together is a stitch. And that's with any stitch, whether you're doing it with a single crochet like I am, a double, a half double, a treble, half treble, whatever you want to call it. But instead of hooking the white and doing a slip stitch like I normally would, I hook the red, pull the red through one, and then through this one. Pull my white tight, put my white yarn with the tail of the red yarn. The red yarn tail comes to an end. I hold my white yarn right there with it and hold it tight. That way everything up here is all pulled up next to that one stitch. And then I chain one with the red. And I go into that same stitch again, push it through, and see how I'm keeping the white and the red chain on the right along these little V's right here. Hook the red, pull it through. Now 2 red loops on your hook. Hook the red and pull it through again, and that is a single crochet in the new color on the new round. Me, to keep track of my rounds, I always put a marker there. The only time I don't is if I'm working with a bigger stitch, like a half double or half treble or double or treble or something like that. Now, leaving the white and the red tail, you want to leave them just kind of laying along the top of the white. And for each 19 single crochet stitches that you do in the red, you leave them underneath it for at least 10 of them. So for at least 10 stitches, you go in through the stitch, hook your red yarn, bring it around, hook it and bring it through with the white yarn and the red tail underneath your stitch. Go down in through the stitch, hook your red yarn, pull it through, wrap your red yarn around your white and red. Sorry I keep going off screen, but I'll do another one. And then you pull it through 2, and you'll see your red and white tail coming out from under your stitch. I'll show you again. Here's the next stitch. Put your yarn into the stitch, hook your red yarn, pull it through, go around and hook your red yarn again. See where the red and white's come, how it's got red loop, your red and white loose, and then your red, and you pull it through for a single crochet, and it's under there. Now, you can slow this down and repeat it as many times as you would like. This video is just to do this one round, to show you how I seamlessly changed the color. And if you keep it on, keep your red and white underneath enough stitches on your way down, that is what makes it seamless, and it won't come apart either. Now, that's always, and whenever you're counting stitches on the current round that you're on, if you use a marker, you always count the one in the marker because that counts as your first stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I usually do about 10 stitches of whatever I'm doing. And then I pull the tail of the new yarn and the color of the old yarn. Just kind of pull it toward me on the side. And then do a regular single crochet in the next hook, leaving your red and white yarn kind of hanging off into the side between the stitch you just made and the last stitch you made where they were in it. And then you continue to go on around to stitch 19. Now remember, just like I said at the end of the first video, when you get to stitch 19, it'll look like you can do another one, so you need to remember to keep count of your stitches. But when you get to stitch 19, it'll look like you can do a stitch 20. You don't do that stitch 20. That will be an increase, which will go completely against what the next video number 3, is going to explain and show. In that one, I'll be, and that should be, one more should be 19. Now, count your stitches. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes. I have 19 stitches. Now, we just take a pair of scissors. Be careful that you don't cut your stitches. Pull your pair of scissors as close to it as you can. Cut it. Take your little piece of red tail. I'm just going to toss it off to the side. Your white yarn, put it off to the side as well. But you still have a couple little frays sticking out. If you just pull like this, you cannot see where it stops and where it starts because there is no white tail and there is no red tail hanging off anymore. Now, that of course starts the red, and that ends this first video. Well, second video. The next video, I'll have this built up a couple rounds. I'll show you how to start doing the decreases in order to kind of come up to that point, and then a little pom-pom so it'll kind of hang over.